My name's Neil Bromwich.
And I'm Zoe Walker, and we're a collaborative artist duo.
I'm Michelle from Market Gallery, and I've curated the Art Lending Library. Market Gallery are an artist-led gallery which are based in the East End of Glasgow. We've been there for just under 12 years. The project's called the Art Lending Library, and it's based in the Mitchell Library, which is one of the largest lending libraries in Europe. It's a library of artworks. People can come and join the library just as you would any normal library, and they can borrow 3 works of art for up to 3 days free of charge.
The Art Lending Library has really been generated by a sense of public spiritedness that's radiated from the curators Market Gallery, which is a voluntary organisation that have been working tirelessly on this for over a year now, and 20 odd volunteers that are coming and manning the library, as well as the goodwill of the artists that have donated the work freely to be lent and borrowed by the people of Glasgow during the period of GI.
Our idea was to create this structure that becomes itself like a sort of social sculpture. So the structure's behind us here, and it's made up of crates that slot in, and the crates contain the artworks. So as the crates are taken out of the structure to somebody's house and then brought back, this kind of maps borrowing. So you can actually see the shape and form of people's borrowing as the structure changes.
The collection brings together about 66 works of art from about 60 different artists. It just takes in a really broad spectrum of different sort of formats that are available within contemporary art at the present time.
The really exciting thing about the Art Lending Library for us is that it responds particularly to this building, the Mitchell Library, and the whole idea of the kind of utopian philanthropic idea of libraries that were created, this one celebrating its 100th anniversary this year.
The other thing that really excited us when Market Gallery approached us to take on this commission is the fact that it feels very symbolic to be making this at a time when access to the arts is being very much narrowed. It's becoming a much more elitist thing again in society. What we decided to do to sort of emphasise that was to start the Lending Library with a parade that went from George Square, right in the centre of Glasgow, through the town and into the Mitchell Library. So that gathered a lot of people just on the street, so it became a very public event.
In terms of GI, I think it's a really exciting context to be working in Glasgow because it is a really important place for art production. And I think the Art Lending Library is quite interesting because you can see a lot of those artists who've been involved in things like the Venice Biennale actually lending smaller works, more domestic works that can be enjoyed on a different level in people's homes.
Yeah, I think the thing that's unusual about this in GI is that most things that you would go and see could perhaps only be seen by the art world, whereas what we're aiming to do is connect with people that aren't necessarily already looking at art, that aren't necessarily a part of what can be quite a sealed-off world. So this piece of work actually reaches out far beyond the boundaries of the art world. So I think that's an interesting thing to have in an international festival that's about art and could just be about the art world.